Hey, I'm your host, Lindsay Lyman. I've spent the past 11 years at one of the largest tech companies in the world. My goal is to be the EQ leader for those working in high IQ tech settings. Because without solutions to deal with the constant reorgs, bad managers, and that hum of anxiety, you're one escalation away from losing it. But there's an easier way, and I can show you how. Let's go! Hey friend, how are your holidays going? I hope they're treating you well. They're usually filled with a lot of ups and a lot of downs, so I hope it's at least equal or a few more highs than lows. Today I want to talk about why I think you should stop focusing so much on gratitude and why we actually need to focus more on wanting. Because hear me out. Gratitude is amazing and wonderful. I'm all for it. I'm pro gratitude. There's a lot of science and data that tells you the amazing benefits it has on being grateful. But when you can hone the skill of wanting things, and I'm going to tell you what I mean by that here in this podcast, it actually amplifies your gratitude. It takes gratitude to a whole new level. It's like gratitude on steroids. So think of all those amazing highs and great things that come from being grateful. And now let's go take it to the next level. So when we think about gratitude, most of the things we're grateful for is some vein of like our family, our friends, our health, our safety, our warm house, these kinds of things. Again, totally for it. I'm grateful for these things as well. When it comes to wanting, some of us have some beliefs that we may want to question about wanting. When you think about what do you want? What do you want in a partner? What do you want in a job? What do you want in your company, in your family, in your religion, in your neighborhood, in your car, in your vacations, in your conversations? Like, what is it that you actually want in all of these different avenues of your life? Again, based on societal norms, cultural norms, religious norms, things we've been taught, things we've experienced, a lot of us have some beliefs around wanting that fall in the vein of it's selfish, it's never satisfying, it's greedy, you're kind of setting yourself up for disappointment. And I think in some ways it can be that. I see some people try to take wanting too much to the extreme of like these extreme, intense, minimalist lifestyles. Okay, side note. I love a good minimalist home. I don't like clutter. I don't like things out on the counter. I am team minimalism. But when we're doing anything at an extreme, whether it's wanting to an extreme or minimalism at an extreme, I don't think that's where the healthy balance sits. Life is about balance. It's about the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs, the yin and the yang, the opposite to everything. So you can't have this life just wanting everything, and you can't have a life so full of minimalism and nothing. We want to play in the middle. But we continue to want more and more. And as we grow and evolve as humans, our ability to consume more and get what we want grows and grows. Look at a very popular store in the United States, Costco. It's basically buy the bigger bulk size of all the things. As I was doing some research on this topic, I found a few sources. I'll link in the show notes here, but they stated the average American home has tripled in size in the last 50 years, and it's continuing to grow. The average American woman owns 4 times the amount of clothes as her grandmother and continues to purchase more. The average American home has 300,000 items inside of it. And how many times is Amazon showing up at your doorstep? When our goal is more, we'll never be content. Because more is a constant moving target. It's never fully attainable because there's always more to whatever your more is. But why do we actually want more? When we really slice and dice it, it comes down to we want more because we think it's going to make us happy. We think it's going to make things better. We think when these things outside of us change or are different, then it's going to be happily ever after. When we have more money, better relationships, more time, whatever that thing is. Let's look at our jobs, for example. A lot of us change jobs because we think the new job is going to be better. It's going to make us happier. It's going to be new problems. It's going to be different challenges to overcome. It's going to help us learn new skills, all these things. And it may do all those things. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. But when we're constantly chasing something else, waiting to be happy, that's where we're going to struggle. And gratitude is going to come from a place of scarcity of, if I don't have this thing, it would be even more horrible. And I need to hold on to this. The famous phrase is, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. What I think is interesting is actually, from a scientific point of view, the grass is actually greener on the other side. But the reason is because the angle you're viewing the grass from the other side, when you're looking at it from your side of the fence, you're looking at it from more of a top-down angle. So you're seeing more of the green blades of grass, where if you're standing in the grass, you're looking at it from the top down. You can see where the grass is a little damaged. You can see the dirt in between the blades. It's not as bright of green. So it is true. The grass does literally look greener on the other side, not because it is, but because of the angle in which you are viewing it. Stick with me here, because I was saying at the beginning, when you focus more on wanting, it actually amplifies gratitude. And here's why. Because if we find ourselves stuck in this place of needing more because we think it's going to make us happy, when we focus on gratitude from that space, it still has a slight negative intonation about it, because we're grateful for things because we believe if they were gone, that would be horrible and bad. When we believe we need more and things to change, or things have to stay the same, or we can't lose things because then we won't be happy, that's where we're going to struggle. When you learn how to want things from a really healthy, good place, that, spoiler alert, is not because it'll be better when. And when you learn how to want what you already have, this is how you amplify your gratitude. You've got to change the angle at which we're looking at things. So let me give you a couple examples of what this might have. Okay, so remember, our goal is to want from a good, abundant space, and to continue to want what we already have. Wanting what you have is just a slightly different emotion, a little bit different flavor than being grateful. We are grateful for it, and we continue to want it. We don't need more to feel better. We feel better because we like what we have, and we want more for a good reason. Let's think about it in your relationships. If you continue to want your partner, this means you want the little things they do and the parts that maybe drive you crazy, because it's what makes them them. You want them to be the themest them they are, so that you can just keep loving them. And you may want to also keep working on your relationship. You might want to keep dating each other no matter the status of your relationship. You might want to keep learning about each other, to keep growing individually and together. You might want to keep getting better and connecting in true ways. Why? Because it's fun. Not because you need those things to have a healthy relationship, but you want those things because you already want the relationship you have, and you want more because you can, not because we're waiting for things to get better. Let's look at it from your job. If you want your job right now, sometimes, when this has been me, I want it because it's helping me pay the bills. Maybe it's giving you a chance to learn and grow. Maybe it's enabling you to meet some amazing people and build friendships and learn how to connect with people that you do and don't naturally connect with. And maybe you want more. Maybe you want a job that feels a little less intense pressure. Maybe you want more meaning in your work. Maybe you want to give back in bigger ways. Again, I think this is beautiful, and we continue to have this desire to grow and want more as humans, but we need to learn to want it from abundance and love because we can, because it feels good, because it would be fun, not because we're waiting for it to be better. Let's look at it from your career. If you want your career right now, if you are grateful for it and you want it, it might be because you're thinking things like you worked so hard for it. You've shown up to support it every day. Maybe you want your career right now and you're grateful because it has given you so much learning back in return. And you might want to keep learning more. And you might want to keep growing. And you might want to keep adding more value. And you might want to help even more people. If you are grateful for your body and you want your body, you might be thinking things like, it's been there with you all along the way. It's healed itself exactly as much as it needed to and in the time it needed. Our bodies are amazing. It has supported you all along the way. It is an amazing gift you were given at birth. And you might want even more for your body. You might want to keep building a healthier relationship to it. You might want to talk nicer to it. You might want to learn how to listen better to it. You might want to move it more and keep it strong. Again, wanting more from a space of abundance. There's no pressure. There's no angst. There's no waiting for it to be better when. There's, I love this thing and I want more of what I love because I can. If you are grateful and you want the lifestyle you've created for yourself today, you might think things like, this is so fun. My life includes some amazing people and amazing opportunities. It looks so different than it did 5 years ago, and it's so amazing. And you may want more because you have more to give. You have more to share. You have more things you want to learn. Here's what it comes down to. I believe the more you want what you already have, the more likely you are to go out and get even more of what you want. And the more you have to give and share. And the more you give and share, the more you have of what actually matters most. So here's my offer to you today. Want who you are and the life you have right now, today, in this very moment. Want yourself at the weight you are, at the way you look, at the stage you are in your career, with the relationships you do and don't have, with the desires you have, with the worries and heavy heart that you have, with the concern and the anxiety and the skills and the weaknesses. Want it all. It is what's made you, you. And you are amazing. We want you. I am thankful this year for each and every one of you and the amazing things you continue to teach to me and the chance we have to come together weekly in this space and share and grow together. You're amazing. You got this. We'll talk soon. If you listen to this podcast and feel heard and seen for the first time in a while, this is just the beginning. I offer a limited number of free coaching calls. On this call, we'll talk about what's going on, and you'll leave with specific ways to start feeling better today. So listen to that inner pull and let's chat. Grab some time on my calendar before I'm booked up. To schedule a call, click the link in the show notes or go to lindsaylymancoaching.com/chat and sign up. You got this.